All right, guys, another crazy day. Pretty much every day this week has been crazy. Today is the craziest. This is Stocks to Trade. I'm trying to film it. If it shuts down, it shuts down. But we had a bug before that wouldn't allow me to film it. But hopefully, I think it's fixed. This basically is the software that just helps me scan different stocks. I'll do a whole video lesson on it later. But right now, I just want to go over these top performing stocks. PRGN, most notably, is up 541%. You can see in the chart here, just an amazing run up from 20 cents to nearly $3, now coming back down. I actually did not trade it. A lot of the chat room did. I was scared. I'm scared of these stocks, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I did trade the two sympathy plays, though, GLBS and ULTR, which are both still up from my buy alerts. I thought they would run a little bit more, but I think I was a little late to the game. So I'll talk about that in a second. But first, I want to go over this is Stocks to Trade, the sale, and it is 35% off to celebrate my recent 35th birthday. We collected a few of the tweets that people have said about it. People are loving the software. If you go to, what is it, stockstotrade.com slash, I'm going to guess testimonials. Let's see. You can see what everyone is saying. Yeah. So these are all like a bunch of tweets from early users. But if you go to stockstotrade.com slash sale, you can save 35% off. This is just going to last a few days because data is hugely expensive. Do not ask for any more. We do not make any money on Stocks to Trade. In fact, I think we're still down a few $100,000 building it, but at least you guys are liking it. And, it's just good to have a good tool with all of my presets and scans. But that's basically how I found these other plays, GLBS and ULTR. They were just percent gainers and sympathy plays. MITK, I didn't even add it. I took it off. MITK is the big winner at 735. And this one is actually an earnings winner. I bought it in, what did I get it at? Like I want to say like 675. So it's up, a good amount. I probably should be going long this overnight, but again, this is just such a crazy week for me. I really am trying to be less stressed overnight, so I'm not going to have any overnight positions, but congrats to those of you on MITK. I played that one way too safely. I'm just trading scared, frankly, because my $12,000 account is now at like $35,000. So I've nearly tripled it in 4 months, and I'm trading pretty cautiously, but I made a little over 2,000 today on GLBS and ULTR. Yesterday was my record day, over 3,000. So very cautious, but very profitable. Also, I got to give props to so many students. Jonas, I got to bring him up. He made that free guide that I featured on TimothySykes.com a little while ago, a free guide to penny stocks. He made 5,800 on as of this tweet. I think he's in the challenge chat room, and I think I saw that he was up to like 6,300 on the day. So he's up there as one of the best students today. But so far, I think the student of the day is this guy, Matt. He is just 22 years old. Look at him with his little corny, free Martin Shkreli t-shirt on. $11,000 profit day. And he's showing a screenshot all on PRGN. He's just buying the early momentum, and he nearly tripled his money. So he didn't catch the bottom. He didn't catch the top. It was the meat of the move. So I'm very proud of him. Also, Vicky. Today, for some reason, female traders are on fire. Vicky is one of them. She made $740, and it's her first ever day trading with just 25 to 50 shares at a time. So she's trading small, taking profits, but I really like seeing this. Another female trader that did well today was Trina, and she got in EGLE, which was another sympathy play. The sympathy plays, it's not rational, okay? Like, people are like, well, Tim, make a video lesson. Explain why PRGN is up 5, 6, well, at the time it was like 800%. It's not because it deserves to be. It's because it's such a small company and it's basic supply and demand. There's not enough supply. There's a lot of demand. The thing is traded 23 million shares. So when there are enough buyers, in order to attract sellers, the stock price has to go up. And then you have all these cynical, overly logical, overly rational short sellers who are like, the company is not worth this. It must go down. And so they short sell, And, logically, rationally, fundamentally, they're right, but they don't understand momentum. They don't understand risk. And so you get a lot of shorts just squeezed, and they're just getting crushed. In a rational market, they win. These stocks spike a little and then come back down because they're basically junk. PRGN is junk. But in this case, there was so much demand that outstripped the supply, and then you have short sellers who are shorting, and as the price goes higher, they have to cover. So what happens when they cover? Well, how do you exit a short position? You have to buy to cover. So that only adds more to the demand. So massive demand for buying the stock, not enough supply leads to these ridiculous percentage gains. And this company no way deserves to be up 500%. They signed a little deal. They got some money. It's slightly positive, but long story short, it is a short squeeze. And all these other stocks that are up 50, 30, 40%, they don't deserve to be up that much either. But they're going up and their momentum, and that is the beauty of penny stocks. I would be very scared to short any of these stocks on day one. This is specifically why I don't short the first big green day, in case you didn't notice. I like to short, day 2 or day 3, even day 4 of a run-up, not day 1. And sometimes I miss out. PRGN is already $1 a share off its highs, but I stay safe. I'm all about safety. When I say, look, I've tripled my money in basically 4 months, that sounds crazy. That sounds risky, but I'm staying safe. I'm staying, very little stress. And I think that's a good way when you're trading the most volatile stocks in the stock market. So, Trina was in EGLE at 71 cents, out at 85 cents, locked in $278 profit. This is the key. You take the meat of the move, you lock in the profits, whether it's $300 or $11,000. Doesn't matter where you are. Here's Rocky in the middle of class. I love this. I made him post this. He messaged me this privately, and I was like, you got to post this screenshot. This is him with the Profitly chat room in class, and he made nearly $100 in 10 minutes as the teacher is teaching some bullshit, which is awesome. So I'm sorry to the teachers out there, but I'm a new age teacher. And you don't need to be in any classroom anywhere. It's all online. It's all on the internet. That's probably why we have the largest chat room. Here's Runsick, PRGN in at 32 cents, out at 85 cents. So awesome patience. I would never have had this patience. You won't see me make 100, 150% on a trade like this. But Runsick did. And this is a good trade. And I'm sure he wishes that he, held longer. But look at him. He's just a young kid taking selfies on Twitter. And now he's making 150% on his money in a day, making nearly $1,000. So good job, Runsick. Rose, this is awesome. She was actually on a very good TV show on Showtime called The L Word, and now she's getting into trading. It's her second trade ever on PRGN, and she's making 50% in a few minutes. And I'm sure she wishes that she held longer too, but you take the meat of the move, and this is a good trade. Here's Jay Fuentes, another student who's trading while, I don't know what's going on. Is that math? Is that geometry in the background? Some useless shit. And he's actually studying some useful shit here on his trading platform. And he made a few $100 on DHRM, which was another morning spiker. And they had good financing news today too. Here's Roberto, biggest profit of the month, DHRM, in at 183, out at 236. $1,000 profit. Let me show you DHRM. I'll open it in a new tab. There's too many stocks. This was the morning spike on DHRM. The news, you can see here, came out right here. The stock is in the 180s, and it goes all the way up to the 280s. So very nice morning spike. Then it gradually fades. So if you're going to buy these stocks, buy for the morning spike and expect, okay, a morning spike does not necessarily mean that it's going to run up all day. Not every stock is going to go up 500%. So if you can get in here in the high ones, Stocks to Trade had the news. You can clearly see it denoted. Let me zoom in even more. Right here, you had basically 30 minutes to buy. This was kind of a delayed morning spike here. And around at 10 a.m., you had $1 a share run up. So this is fantastic. So good job to Roberto. I'm proud of you. Here's Cajun, another female trader who banked on PRGN, made her 50%, and it's a good gain on a small account. And finally, here's Bruza, just because I like his name, Bruza. And he made $100 on DHRM in at 172 out of 272, and he tags my How to Make Millions DVD. So congrats to all of you guys. I'm sure there's people who lose money too. Don't think that we all win 100% of the time, but I like showing you the students who are learning the angles and taking advantage of the volatility. Oh, did I show you my trades? I don't even remember. Here are my 2 trades. I'm now up to 4.406 million, and I made a little over 2,000. I was a little late on ULTR and GLBS, but there was so much upside. I bought ULTR at like 27 cents, and it went all the way up to 37 cents. I didn't catch the top. GLBS, I bought. Well, let me show you my trade. I'm not on the greatest Wi-Fi. It's not my fault. It's not my computer's fault. It's the Wi-Fi that I'm on. So I bought at 45 cents, and it's at 56 cents. And it's up to probably around 50. Yeah, still, so if I had held, it'd still be a gain. ULTR, if I'm still holding, it's a gain. But the problem was PRGN was coming down. These are sympathy plays to PRGN. So I thought PRGN might go a little more. And, if that did, GLBS and ULTR would have had bigger spikes. But as it is, PRGN started coming down. So that was my bad a little bit. I was off my game, but I still had profits because there's so much opportunity. I would still have profits on both of them right now, even if somehow I was smacked in the head and fell unconscious. So ride the momentum, look for the morning spikes, focus on earnings winners more like MITK if you want to be, justified and fundamentally correct. But momentum stuff like this, it's fun. You just have to be careful because it does end very quickly, and you don't want to just hold and hope. The key is piggybacking the momentum and taking profits, taking the meat of the move, not trying to catch the exact top, not trying to say, oh, I have to be perfect in this trade. Remember UNXL is now at 261. I was buying it a few days ago in the 180s, and I sold too soon, and I bought it back on the dip and again sold too soon. But you use the volatility. That's what this is all about. You use the volatility of these stocks and you profit a few $100s or a few $1,000s in a day, every few days. Don't feel bad if you miss out. Don't feel bad if you mistime it. I got to share the story that Tim Grittani, arguably the greatest trader of the past 5 years, my top student who took 1,500, he's now closing in on 3 million in his 5th year as a trader. He lost rather consistently for the first few months. So I know some of you are like, oh, everything moves so fast, I don't get it. It takes getting used to, okay? I'm teaching a strategy that no one's really ever taught before. We're trading patterns in stocks that CNBC, Businessweek, Bloomberg, TheStreet.com, the whole world thinks that you should never trade and you should never talk about. So don't put so much pressure on yourselves to be perfect right away. If you sell too soon, like those of you who sold PRGN, you bought it at 50 cents and you sold it at 60 or 70 or 80 cents, and then you see it go up to $2. And even though you have a profit, you feel bad. I get these messages from people. They're like, oh, I only made 300. I only made 1,000. I could have made 3,000. Don't feel bad, okay? There's always going to be tons of opportunities like this. Not every day are you going to have a stock that's up 500 or 600% with this much volume. But there will be more. There will be more opportunities to do better. The key, even if you don't necessarily profit today, the key is witnessing it, experiencing the emotions, understanding, learning, and then using that experience in the future on future trades and saying, oh wait, I remember this stock. There was a stock that was up 500 or 600%. It doesn't happen every day. It doesn't happen every week. This happens maybe once, twice every month or two. Lately, it's kind of cool. But use this experience. And even if a stock doesn't go up 500%, if a stock is only, quote, only up 57%, use this experience. It's all about getting used to this volatility, getting more comfortable. People ask me, I just started trading. When should I actually, go big? When should I risk more? It's when you're comfortable. I don't want you to ever trade when you're uncomfortable. This is not something that's supposed to be unpleasant. A lot of you guys want to make money right away, and I get that, and I appreciate it, but don't put that pressure on you, okay? Get wisdom first. Get experience first, and then you will be surprised at how often and consistently the profits do come. Again, you're not going to win 100% of the time, but my top students and I are winning 60, 70, sometimes 75, 80% of the time, and it comes from education and preparation first. It doesn't go the other way. You can't just trade and be like, oh, I'm just going to learn, on the job. If you try and trade these stocks with no education, no preparation, you're going to get your face ripped off because these stocks are scary and you need to have a plan beforehand. So anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the chat room. I totally forgot. I have all of these students. Props to DJ Van Ryan, Mebet, M. Anthony, Brandon, made 300, made 230. Wall Street Cookie, Mathe, Rocco, Alex, Lucas, Freeman, Brett, Wayne, Quattro, Strelock, AFW, Scorpios, Beeland, Arroyo, Rose Garcia, Bradley Glenn, Jake Carter, Work Hard, Travel Harder, Moto, Rampage, Zach, Castle Trades, Joe Falba. If you want to look at their trades, you can. I'm sorry, I'm out of time. I got to get going. But a trade like this, I'll just bring up one guy, Zach, right here. In PRGN at 54 cents, out at 90 cents, nearly doubled his money, up $863, including PACD. That's a great trade, Even this one from Joe, shorting OGXI at 113 and covering at 99 cents, making roughly 15%, 10-15% on his money. Awesome job. So congrats to all of you guys. I'm sorry I don't have time, for more of you guys. Oh, I got to give props to this one guy. This guy is awesome. In at 150, out at 250, and he's been studying so hard on his challenge DVD and workbooks. Studying pays off. Good job, son.